E.N.D here, day 9 and the last day of the spoilers of the Brothers War. I am glad that I managed to bring you and discuss all the spoilers of this epic set. Nowadays, very few YouTubers do so. The big channels don't even mention them. Let's start. And I want to start with some cards available in Jumpstarts, part of the Brothers War set, but not part of the main set. Rescue Retriever for 3 and 2 white. It's a 3/3 dog soldier. Flash. Enters the battlefield, put +1/+1 counter on each other soldier you control. Prevent all damage that will be dealt to other attacking soldiers you control. Geology Enthusiast, 3 and 2 blue. It's a 2/5. At the beginning of your end step, create a tapped Power Stone token. 6. Draw a card and put a +1/+1 counter on it. Artificer Dragon for 6. It's a 4/4. Flying for 1 red. Artifact creatures you control get +1/+0 until end of turn. Unearthed for 3 and 2 red. Terror Ballista for 7. It's a 5/3. Menace. Whenever it attacks, you may sacrifice another creature. When you do, destroy target creature and opponent controls. Unearthed for 3 and 2 black. The last few cards in the main set. Recommission for 1 and 1 white. It's a sorcery. Return target artifact or creature card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. If a creature enters the battlefield this way, it enters with an additional +1/+1 counter on it. Tower Worker for 3. It's a 1/3 with reach. Tap it. Add 1 card less mana. If you control creatures named Mine Worker, Power Plant Worker, add 3 card less mana instead. Tower Worker, Mine Worker, Power Plant Worker, also known as the Throne creatures. Combat Courier for 1, it's a 1/1/2. Sacrifice it, draw a card. Unearthed for 1 blue. Meticulous Excavation for 1 white. Enchantment, 2 and 1 white. Return target permanent you control to its owner's hand. If it has unearthed instead, exile, then return that card to its owner's hand. Activate only during your turn. I think it's not a bad card for a 1-drop, and then 2 and 1 white. Yachting Technician for 2, 1 white and 1 blue. It's a 3/4. Other soldiers you control get +1/+1. The rare cards. Hostile Negotiation for 3 and 1 black instant. Exile the top 3 cards of your library in a face down pile. Then exile the next top 3 cards of your library in another face down pile. Look at the top card on each pile, then turn a pile of your choice face up. An opponent chooses one of those piles. Put all cards in the pile in your hand and the rest into your graveyard. You lose 3 life. And that's a nice fun card. Legions to Ashes, 1 white and 1 black sorcery. Exile target non-land permanent and opponent controls and all tokens that player controls with the same name as that permanent. It's a nice way to remove all tokens out of your way. Woodcaller Automaton for 10, it's an 8/8. Enters the battlefield, if you cast it, untap target land you control. It becomes a 3/4 creature with haste and base power and toughness equal to its power and toughness. It's still a land. And you can cast it for Prototype, 2 and 2 green. It's a 3/3. If you don't know how to play Prototype, I did a tutorial video explaining how this particular mechanics works. And I want to end this video with the set boosters exclusive commander cards, Disciple of Kalus Nin for 4, 1 white. When it enters the battlefield, starting with you, each player chooses up to 5 permanents they control, or permanents other than Disciple of Kalus Nin that weren't chosen this way phase out. Permanents can't phase in. And this is a nice answer to Teferi's protection. Serdian Avenger, 1 and 1 red. It's a 1/1. First strike trample. Whenever it attacks, it gets +X/+0 until end of turn, where X is the number of artifacts your opponent controls. Whenever an artifact an opponent controls is put into graveyard from the battlefield, it deals 1 damage to that player. And this is a nice answer to Dockside Extortionist. The Archimind Raid, 2, 1 blue, 1 red and 1 white. It's a 0/5. At the beginning of your upkeep, you gain X life, where X is the number of cards in your hand -4. Whenever you gain life, each advisor, artificer and monk you control gains vigilance and gets +X/+0 until end of turn, where X is the amount of life you gained. Tap 3 untapped advisors, artificers and or monks you control, draw a card. Staff of Titania for 2, equipment. Equip creature get +X/+X, where X is the number of forests you control. Whenever equip creature attacks, create a 1/1 green forest dryad. Equip for 3. This is a very nice and very powerful equipment. Last but not least, Titania Nature's Force, 4 and 2 green. It's a 6/6. You may play forest from your graveyard. Whenever a forest enters the battlefield under your control, create a 5/3 green elemental creature token. Whenever an elemental you control dies, you may mill 3 cards. And the last card, the token Forest Red. I really love the artwork by Giannicolo. And this was the last card spoiled for the Brothers War. Thank you for the views, thank you for your support, and I hope you enjoyed these 9 days of spoilers. Subscribe to my channel for more and more interesting videos about Magic the Gathering and the collectible world.